Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be trying out and reviewing the new Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I also picked up a new blush by Rare Beauty. I'm going to do some comparison with the foundation that I have and with the blush that I have from before, so you guys can see some swatches and comparisons. So I'm going to do a full face of Rare Beauty. I pretty much have almost everything. And yeah, if you're new to my channel and you love my videos, please don't forget to subscribe down below. It will mean so much to me. And let's get started. Okay, so I picked up the Rare Beauty Positive Light Hydrating Tinted Moisturizer in the shade 14W. Now let's go ahead and prime the face. So for primer, I got this in a BoxyCharm. I'm using the Rare Beauty primer, and this is the Illuminating primer. It is so beautiful. I'm gonna pump out 1 pump. I already have my brows done. That's pretty much it. And keep in mind that I have normal to dry skin, so I'll make sure I will update the description down below and let you know how this tinted moisturizer held throughout the day. Right now it is, you can see it's 11:19 in the morning. So I just got my Sephora haul, so stay tuned for a video with all the things I picked up during this Sephora sale for spring. I'm so excited, and I got this in the box, but I had to do a review for you guys. The primer is done, so let's move on to this tinted moisturizer. The tinted moisturizer I picked up in the shade 14W, and in the foundation I am 170W. So I will show you some comparisons here, but a little bit about this tinted moisturizer. It retails for $38. This is in Canadian on the Sephora website. Also, it retails for $40 on the Rare Beauty website. It comes into 24 shades. Ooh, this is so pretty. It's a liquid formula, light coverage, hydrating, vegan, radiant finish, and it's best for dry, combo, and normal skin. So the way she describes it, it's a no makeup look in one bottle. It's easy to throw on with just your fingers, and comfortable, breathable tinted formula that blends like a moisturizer into a smooth, hydrated, natural, radiant finish. So I don't think I'm going to use my fingers. I don't really like to use my fingers for any foundations or anything on my face but moisturizers like creams. It says that it instantly blurs and evens out your skin tone while reducing the look of pores and fine lines. So let's see how it does. It comes into 24 flexible shades to fit everyone, a range of skin tones. Basically perfect for those days you want something on without having to put a lot of high coverage on your face. You want to shake it up, then massage a few drops into the skin using your fingertips, or if you want, you can use the Liquid Touch foundation brush or a dampened beauty sponge to blend. For extra coverage, add a few drops. So this is what the packaging looks like. So pretty. You can see that it has a dent here in the bottle, and that's perfect for actually grabbing on to the lid and opening it, and also for putting it on your table and not rolling. The other foundation, this is the difference between the new tinted moisturizer and foundation. So this old foundation has 30 milliliters, and this one is 30 milliliters as well. So you can see the shades. So this is 170W, and this is 14W. This new one is made in Italy, and this one is made in Canada. Very interesting. This one has the Rare Beauty logo on the top of the lid. So yeah, let's try it on. So I'm gonna swatch the old one, which is the 170W. Give it a good shake. So this one comes with a doe foot applicator. There's the swatch from the old foundation. Let's give this one a good shake. And when you open it up, it comes into this squeezy tube. And let's squeeze some out here so you can see the difference in shades in case you are you have the 170W. So this is the 14W in the new foundation right here. This is the 170W in the old foundation. So it looks like the 170W runs more on the yellow side, and this one runs more on the lighter side. So that's the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this foundation to the face. I'm gonna apply one side with the Rare Beauty brush, and on the other side I'm gonna use a dampened beauty sponge. So I left the shades on my hand so we can see how it looks. So this is how much I'm going to apply to one side for now and see. So I'm going to use on my right side the Rare Beauty foundation brush. So right away I'm noticing, like it said, it is very lightweight. It does provide a very minimal coverage, and it does have a little bit of a sticky feeling, but in a good way, not in a bad way. Kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury new foundation, Beautiful Skin foundation, but it's not as sticky as that, so keep in mind. So here is one pump applied with the brush. Very beautiful. So it blended super nice into the skin. There's no dry patches, there's no streaks on the face. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and apply to the other side and use a beauty sponge. So I'm gonna go this much only. We can always apply more. Yeah, just a little bit more I'm gonna apply. So I'm gonna go with a, this is just stained, it's nothing. So we're gonna apply it with a dampened beauty sponge and see if it absorbs anything. So it has that sticky feeling, like a very mild sticky feeling. And it doesn't, it looks like because of that, it doesn't absorb into the sponge as I thought it would, because it's a tinted moisturizer, right? So this foundation is good because you can apply it with your fingertips, as what the description says. So it's good for those days that you don't have like a brush with you, you're in a rush, and you want a little bit more of a clean canvas. Yeah, so this is the side applied with the sponge. And this is the side applied with the brush. So right away I've noticed with the brush, provides a little bit more coverage than with the sponge, but the product has not been absorbed in the sponge at all. So here's been a couple minutes and I want to show you, this is 14W, the new foundation, and this is the 170W, the old foundation. So you can kind of see it turned a little bit more into peach. I don't know, it's hard to pick on camera. There you go. So just keep that in mind, but on the face it's a perfect match. So if you're 170 in the old foundation, you can be 14W in this one. And let's move on and apply now a little bit more to kind of fill in the spots. And I'm gonna go in with the brush now because we know that it works wonderful with the sponge and a brush. Just want to build it up a bit here. Ooh, I love the feeling. It is like skincare with a little bit of tint, which is perfect. Apply beautiful behind the nose. Apply beautiful on the skin, like on the chin, on the forehead. It looks just stunning. Okay, so foundation looks really pretty on the face. I love it. I love the packaging. This kind of reminds me of, I think, Glossier. They have like a tube, and Co Beauty. If you're in Canada and you want to buy from the drugstore, it's kind of the same packaging, obviously without the dent here. Now, let's move on to concealer. For concealer, I have the 170W concealer, which is the old packaging, like the old foundation. So I'm going to use this concealer on my eyelid as well. So for this, I'm going to use the, if I can find it, yes, the Rare Beauty concealer brush. So you can see this provides a little bit more coverage. I have this new sponge by e.l.f. This is the Camel Concealer Sponge. And I want to try it because I don't really like using a wet sponge. I feel like when I use a wet sponge on concealer, it causes those flakiness and I don't know, I don't like it. So I think I like to use a dry sponge. I feel like the concealer gets pushed into the skin better instead of being like moved around and flaky. So yeah, I'm happy I got this one. And this is not dampened. This is just the way it looks, like it's dry. Bronzer. So for bronzer, I'm using the Rare Beauty bronzer in the shade Power Boost. This is such a beautiful bronzer. Everybody loves this bronzer. It comes like that, but when you blend it, it blends into this beautiful caramel shade. I love that. So let's bronze up the face. The foundation feels so nice on the face. I don't feel any tightness. I don't feel any super glowy stuff. It feels very natural. So for this, I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 106 brush and bronze up the cheeks here and face. I have a review on these brushes and how I use them and like everything about these brushes, how much they cost, what each one of them does on my channel. I don't know if the video will come up before this video or after, but keep an eye on it if you're interested. And I have a code with BK Beauty which you can use, Linka10 for 10% off. Save you some money. If you're interested in buying any of the brushes, definitely recommend them. They're so soft, so easy to use. They're just beautiful. Now let's move on to blush. I picked a new blush and in the shade Bliss, and this retails for $26, same as the old one. And this little guy right here by Rare Beauty retails for $27. Now let's try this Bliss. Now the Bliss one is more on the matte side, and the one that I had before in the shade Joy is more on the dewy side. So I'm gonna swatch them on my hand so you guys can have an idea. So this is the Bliss one. Very nice pink shade. There it is. And let's go ahead, and this is the Joy one. These are so pigmented. Here's Joy. I think I put too much. Like there they are, and here they are blended. So you can see that they're both dewy. Interesting. And I want to see how it feels on the face, but I love those two shades. This is more corally. Where is it? Corally. And this is more of a nice pink nude. Oh, they're so pretty. Let's go ahead and apply. Oh, I wanted to show you this one as well. This is in the shade Nearly Neutral. So this is more of a balmy one, which is not as intense, but is very similar to the Bliss one. But yeah, this is not as intense. You have to build it up. It's more of a balm type of blush. Let's try this. So I'm gonna dot 2 dots there. Keep it as this for now. I'm gonna apply it with my sponge and see. Very pigmented. Ooh, I love this shade. Bring some on this cheek here, because I think it's too pigmented after. Like, look how nice it melts into the skin. I don't know, I've been into these shades lately. I normally like peach and more burgundy and stuff, but lately I've been into this shade. So I'm gonna apply just 1 dot on this side and blend it. So work little by little. Keep in mind they are very pigmented. If you don't like to apply it on your cheek like what I did, you can just apply it on your hand and dab your sponge in there, just so that you don't overdo it on your face. But I like a lot of blush, and the way this blushes is just melts into the skin. So you don't feel like you're wearing blush. You don't feel any heaviness on your cheek. It feels very light. It feels exactly like your skin. I don't know. I haven't experienced this with any other blushes, especially this type of serum blushes or cream blushes, or liquid blushes. But this is just so beautiful. Look at that. So you can always build it up, but this shade Bliss is probably more of a favorite than the shade Joy, and this is a new shade that she came up with. Okay, so let's move on to highlighter. For highlighter, I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty highlighter, and this is in the shade MesmeriZe. Again, this has the same type of feeling where it's just melts into the skin right away. So you can use your fingers, you can use a brush, a sponge, whatever works for you. So I'm using a brush now so you guys can see. Like, look at that natural glow it gives. So let's do the same thing on this side. So I like to press it in with my finger first. An idea is you can always apply your highlighter first and then go in with your blush in case you take away from the blush that you've applied when you blend in the highlighter. So keep that in mind. So we can always add more blush. So this time let's add just a tiny bit. I love this blush so much, and there's a lot of product in there, so you're not gonna run out. So pretty, so pretty. This is such a pretty shade. Definitely recommend this shade, Bliss. Let's set everything up now, and I'm gonna set it with the Rare Beauty powder, and this is in the shade Light. This is a beautiful, beautiful packaging. Always remember to close your lid, which I didn't. Look at me. That's okay, it didn't spill. So I'm gonna put a little bit of powder right there, and I'm gonna use a small brush, a small fluffy brush, because I did not set my under eye area from the concealer. So I'm gonna use this for under my eye and see. I usually use my Pat McGrath one, but since we're doing a full face of Rare Beauty, why not? So for the face, I'm gonna use a BK Beauty 104 brush. Let's just set the whole face here. So I cannot believe that this is a tinted moisturizer. Like, it looks so beautiful. You can still see the glowiness the tinted moisturizer gives. And for eyes, we're gonna do something quick and fun with a Rare Beauty palette. And this is my favorite out of the two that she came out with. This is the Rare Beauty Confident Energy palette. Ooh, look at those shades, so pretty. So I think I'm gonna start with this corally one right here and blend that into the crease. I'm gonna go with a BK Beauty 202 brush. Let's create this transition shade. These brushes, I'm telling you, I'm not used to having such beautiful luxe and soft brushes. And all you have to do is barely touch your skin, and the brush does everything for you. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I'm gonna go in with, let's do a fun green look. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this green. And I think I'm gonna use my finger for that. Ooh, so pretty. And I'm gonna put it kind of all over the eyelid and leave the inner corner open for a brighter shade. This palette is my favorite. You know, she has another purple one, which I do have that as well, but this is my favorite out of them, those two. So I left that inner corner open. I'm gonna go with another finger and go into this one right here, which is another more of a lighter green, and blend it. Just keep the inner corner more brightened. I'm gonna go with a BK Beauty 207 brush, and I think I'm gonna go into this brown one right here. Apply this on the bottom lash line here. I just want to intensify the bottom lash line and smoke it out a bit. And I'm gonna go in with a BK Beauty 204 brush and go into that green that we put all over the eyelid. I'm not gonna wet the brush. Let's see how this works first. And add it on top of that brown so that we can tie in these colors together here. But I think now I'm gonna go in with another fluffy small brush like this. This is by Morphe, and go into that light color that we used in the inner corner and just highlight this inner corner a bit more with that mint green. This is such a beautiful mint green. So now I'm gonna go with a BK Beauty 205 brush and go into that mint green again, just to highlight the brow bone. Okay, so these are the eyes pretty much done. Let's go in with the first fluffy brush and blend everything together so we don't have any sharp lines. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera and apply mascara. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs mascara, and enjoy this intermission. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I applied my mascara. In my waterline, I've used the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Crossed, which is this bright neon yellow. And on my lips, I'm using the Laura Mercier lipstick, and this is in the shade Mauve, which is this beautiful, beautiful mauvey lipstick. I just applied a little bit in the middle and I kind of spread it with my lips. Then I topped it with my favorite Dior Lip Glow Oil, and this is in the shade Raspberry, yes. Okay, so here is a close-up. Let me bring you in close so you guys can see how this tinted moisturizer stays on my face. So you can see that it's perfect underneath the eyes right there. It looks like, let's see, where is it? It looks good there too. This is where most of my foundation kind of settle. I think it's because we powdered and I have dry skin. The powder kind of gets stuck there. Yes, so that's the powder that's kind of stuck in the dryness of my nose. But everything looks really, really good. What do you guys think? So this is from afar and from close up. I think it looks stunning. I love this. Final thoughts. Let's talk about the new products, okay? All the other products by Rare Beauty I love, I recommend. They are beautiful. But the new products here are the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, and this is in the shade 14W, and the Rare Beauty New Liquid Blush in the shade Bliss. Now, both products I definitely recommend. They are pretty affordable. They are very easy to travel with. I think I like this packaging better than the original packaging. This is glass. I think this is easier to travel with because the bottle is a squeezy tube, and this is more over frosted glass. But I still love this foundation. The formula is wonderful. This tinted moisturizer, I think then you can wear it on any day. It doesn't have to be one of those days where you need to quickly put something on and cover your face and run out the door. I think that this is perfect for absolutely any day. It has provided the perfect amount of coverage for my face. I'm not sure if you do have texture, if you do need to build it up a bit more or mix it in with a more high coverage foundation, but the way it feels on the face is not sticky. It doesn't feel oily. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything on the face. However, it still provides that natural, glowy, moisturizing skin, even though we've applied the Rare Beauty powder on top. Keep in mind, I have normal to dry skin, mostly dry skin, especially in the T-zone right here. As you can see, it's always around my nose. This foundation tinted moisturizer, definitely worth it. The price is good as well. And the blush, this is my favorite from all of the blushes she came out with. This is my favorite formula and also my favorite shade. I love this hint of pink. It is not as intimidating as it looks in here. It is a very nice, soft, natural pink cheek that you can create. You can build it up, or you can just give yourself just a small tint of color to your cheek, and it just looks very beautiful and very hydrating, and it doesn't pick up the foundation underneath. So yeah, these are the new products by Rare Beauty. Full face of Rare Beauty, I recommend everything. I love everything she came out with that I have tried so far. I don't have her mascara, which I would love, Oh, this is pretty new in my collection, the Rare Beauty Primer. This is probably after the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter Primer. This is probably my next one that I really love. I love a glowy pearlescent primer. A very hydrating primer to use under any foundation, whether it's glowy or matte, high coverage or no coverage. I love this primer, so I definitely recommend it. So yeah, here are the new products by Rare Beauty. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will keep you updated down in my description box, or I will pin a comment and let you know how this foundation wears throughout the day. Again, this is a tinted moisturizer. It's not marketed as a foundation. You can use your finger and just add it on top of your face. I love it. I'm gonna be using this probably on a daily basis. I think that the coverage that it provided is perfect. You can still see the imperfections here, which is fine because they are very prominent. However, it did not settle into any of my fine lines. It did minimize the fine lines. I normally have foundation settling right here or underneath my eye area. It did not, and it did minimize the pores. Keep that in mind, that this tinted moisturizer is supposed to minimize your pores, and I do agree. Right here it looks very covered, like there's no pores showing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know your thoughts down below, what you think of Rare Beauty, of this foundation, if you're gonna pick it up or not. Love to hear from you. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe down below. It would mean so much to me. I wish you all a wonderful day. Always remember to be yourself, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.